So now let me start explaining. I believe you have studied already UML, class diagrams. Did you study before?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the negative symbol represent what?
Private.
Very good. The plus?
Is public.
Very good. It is public. Now we have also some people use hash code. What do we call it? Like this one. For protected. This one.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah, exactly. So now in this case, you can see a diagram of how many classes?
three
Good.
classes.
So the super class is what?
Person.
Person. And we have two subclasses, student and teacher. Okay. Now in the person class, it asks to define two attributes, name and address, both of type string. The constructor in this case, parameterized or default one. What do you think? What he wants?
Parameterized.
Very good. It takes two parameters, the name and address from user. Then we have the getters and setters. In this case, get name, get address, لأنه we have two attributes. And we have set address. We don't have set name because we don't want to give the user the option to change his or her name. Is it clear? A set address can be used to change. For example, let me define object of type person. And then I want to change the name. In this case, he doesn't want to give the user the option. Okay, it's up to him. It makes sense. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Then we have the toString. String, it will return the person information. Shall we start doing this code? So let me share now what we have. Connections. Okay, here we are. Can you see now the NetBeans?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Yes.
good. So in this case, we are defining class name is person, and inside this person, we are defining two attributes. We have the name and we have the address of type string. So far, so good?
Yes. Yes.
Then we have the constructor. Okay. So we have the constructor, in this case, person. Of course, we use the same class name, and then it takes two parameters. We have the name, we have the address. Simply this dot name, I'm talking about this, and I love the coloring of NetBeans. When it is green, it means one of the attributes. Then this is name, which is this one. Then the address, ta, 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 ta. I think this is easy. Then get name, simply return name. Then public string, get address, return address. You are following, right? So far, nothing new. Personal class is like no inheritance, nothing. If I am fast or you need further explanation, just stop me, please. We have public void set address. As we said before, setters are void. Getters are of any data type. It depends. In this case, address is string, so get address is string, of course. Get name is a string, so the function is of type string. We have set address. It will. Yes, tell me.
لازم نحط الساترز والكاترز كان اللي قالنا عليهم ما
مش لازم ما تعملش مزية. If you want, like, it's up to you, but I will grade only what I asked, so don't waste your time. Yes, if I did not ask for something, don't do it, because even if you do it, even it's correct, I will not put a grade for that. Okay, now welcome. Set address, we'll put address ta 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 ta. Then toString, this is override is optional. Okay, override معناها toString is a function that was defined in a superclass, like an ancestor class, let's say, in the object class. So that's why I put this one. If you remove it, it will work. Still, it will work. Okay. So that because some people asked me about the override. ToString now, it's written like this, as we said before, to, and the S should be capital. Then it returns a string. I will organize my string depending on what I want. In this case, I put person, for example, you want person information or whatever. Then we put name, then we give it the attribute. Of course, you could write this if you want, dot. Then here also we could write this dot address. Is it clear? Any questions regarding person?
No.
Good. Of course, after finishing this, you need to what? Compile, which is building, not run. It has some errors. Where is my error? Let me see. This is another class. I will come to it. Anyway, but person has no problem. See how I created my project. I created project named inheritance. Then I have created a package, سميتها inheritance package. Then I have created person. I'm done with the person. So I created also student. I'm not done with it. I will continue coding with you. Okay.
Madam, I have a question.
Okay.
Why we're supposed to code each class in a different class file?
Okay, this is the recommended way to code. It's not good to have multiple classes in one file in Java. In Java, one file must contain one class. It's a mess. Some people do it, but it's a mess. It's not good. The recommended way of coding, the proper way of coding, is to have one class which has the same name of the file, like what I'm doing here, person, and then here student. You'll have student here, and then the class name should be student. Okay, so this is the proper way of coding. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now let's return back to the Word document and see. Now you are still seeing the NetBeans, or did it move to the Word?
Now we see the word.
It did
Okay.
move.
Good. Now we are done with the person. Let's see the student. What does it have? We have a number of courses as integer. Then we have courses array of string. It has the courses of a given student. For example, you are studying, let's say, IT 320, and you are studying, I don't know, other courses like business analytics, whatever you are studying. So this will be stored in courses array. Then the corresponding grade will be stored in the grades. So assume in IT 320 you got, let's say, 80. So I will store the first one as IT 320, and the first grade would go to the grades. Is it clear? Are you following? So we go on parallel, like first course, then will represent the first grade, second course, third grade, and so on. Then we have the constructor student. It will take name and address, then toString, then add course grade. In this add course grade, this function takes one course name, and then the grade as integer. The course will be added to the courses array, and the grade will be added to the grades array. Each time we will increase the number of courses, of course, by one. So add course grade, it will add one course and grade at a time. Each time I will be incrementing number of courses. Don't forget, we cannot exceed the number what? What did it say? 30 in this case. Yeah. So we need to make sure we don't exceed it. Print grades, it's easy function just for printing. Get average grade, it will do some calculations. Okay, shall we do it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. Now, you can see the
مدام
NetBeans.
بالله كيستيون قبل.
Tell me, yes.
بالله توا مدام في الكونستراكتور غاديك نتاع ستودنت حاطط نيم دو بوان سترينغ معناتها انت في الكونستراكتور باش تعطيه نيم هكا ولا؟
The constructor name, yeah, of type string. Yes, yes, yeah.
باهي اطلع لفوق في البيرسون هاكا نيم برايفت. النيم برايفت وما عندكش فونكسيون تموديفي النيم. كيفاش باش تبدلوا النيم؟
You will see now. You'll see now. علاش هو ولده؟ باش يكون عنده طريقة في التحكم، صح؟ Now as you cannot take something from your father. I guess you can.
تعمل ابيل الفونكسيون بتاع تعمل ابيل الكونستراكتور بتاع البيرسون.
باش تعملوا سوبر.
Yeah, we'll call. Yes, that's what we'll do now. Okay, don't worry, we'll do it together now. So I have created, as I said, the student class. In this case, student.java. Inside it, we'll start coding. Okay. The package was added automatically for me. So public class is student. You need to add extends, okay, keyword as it is in the lecture, defined in the lecture. Then we put the superclass name. Is it clear so far?
Yes.
Good. Now, those are my attributes. We have number of courses. I have initialized it to 0. Each time I will be incrementing by 1. Then we have array of string for courses, array of integer for grades. No, any questions so far?
No.
Good.
Yes.
Don't forget, yes, tell me.
النمبر اوف كورسز هذيك اني فهمتها بطريقه اخرى اللي هو من الاول اي ستودنت باش يكون عنده نمبر اوف كورسز يعرفها من الاول قداش وبعدين معناتها ما يكونش initialized to 0 وكيف عملت النمبر اوف كورسز عملت لها كونديسيون لازمها تكون اقل من 30 هكا.
So who does initialize number of courses? The test? The test class in your case? شكون يعملها initialization؟ شكون باش يقرر قداش من كورس عندك؟ معناها انت في التست when you define a student of type object تعمل له قداش من number of courses. Okay, wait. I will. Okay, can you share your code later? I will do mine. Is it working for you?
اني لا ما حبش نخدم لي في الاخر.
I see. If it is working, then we could share and we'll see another solution. Why not? Okay.
Yes, okay.
It could be another way of thinking. I could initialize it to 30, or I could make the decision from the guest part, from the user part. When I create test class, we will be creating test class, don't we? So in the test class, maybe I could do something like number of courses, set number of courses, but it did not ask you in the question. تتبع معايا فهمت شنو نقصد؟ نعمل okay, then you could do it this way. Why not? تمشي في التست part تعمل حاجة اسمها student.set number of courses at the beginning, then you will set it there. في الأول هكاك ما نحتاجش to track number of courses plus. Clear?
Yes,
okay, this is another way of thinking. Why not? Yeah, I understand what you are saying. Why not? So now this is, here we are in the constructor. شكون سألني كيفاش نقرروا النيم والادرس؟ who's the guy who asked me?
أنا مدام.
شنو اسمك؟ سامحني because I don't see the screen for
غسان.
Ghassan. Okay, here we are. Okay. Now how many, by the way, how many attributes do I have in the student? قديش من attribute عندي؟
5.
Excellent, 5. Excellent. So I have 3 plus to the 2 attributes. Don't forget them. ورثهم, he inherited them from his father. Okay. Now, so in this case, in the constructor, according to the words, the diagram that we give to you, the constructor, it will update 2 things, the name and address. That's all. We will not update number of courses, grades. No, not in the constructor. Okay. The constructor generally, it has the general information. Though the other information, it will be added as the time goes. Okay. So in this case, name and address, I will give them to the constructor of my super class. How to do that? I will put the keyword super, okay? Then between bracket, I will give him name and address. This super will go automatically to the constructor of the person. So I will go here. I will give him name and address. So the name of the person or the student will be updated accordingly and address as well. Is it clear, Ghassan, now?
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Good. Now then we have the courses. Yeah, you can see those 2 things, 2 lines. Now those are optional, by the way. You could make the decision here. Like, إحنا كيفاش نعرفوا array في الجافا? How to define an array in Java? We write private string courses equal new, right? String, and we give it the size. This is instantiating. Do you remember? Good. So for me, instead of doing this in this level, I did it in the constructor. This is the proper way to do it. Like here, we only declare, this is only declaration, instantiation or giving value supposed to be in the constructor. In this case, I will not give value, I will only instantiate. معنى instantiate, I will decide the size and allocate memory for my courses and allocate memory for my grades. Is it clear?
مادام كنا عملنا الاستنشيشن في الكلاس ستودنت معناها في الكلاس الصحيحة في الكونستراكتور شنو نكتبه؟
Sorry, إذا عملتهم الفوق you mean like this up?
فوالا
nothing like this. Super, you will call the super, مش nothing. You will call, of course, the name of the super and the address. Okay, this is clear. So that's all.
Yes.
You could do it.
وتقعد صحيحة معناها ما
لا
دام ماهيش
صحيحة.
غلط
لا صحيحة.
هكاك.
True. صحيحة.
Okay.
صحيحة.
Thank
Will
you.
work, yes. But this is better, but صحيحة 100%. Yes. Now, let's move to the add course grade. Add course grade, it will take one course at a time, as we said, and one grade at a time, the corresponding grade. باهي. Now, شنو لازم نتأكد إنه number of courses don't exceed 30. So if number of courses is than 30, I can work. So courses of number of courses equal to course. Number of courses was initialized to
0.
good. So courses of 0 equal to the course. Then grades of 0 equal to the grade. This is the first time I am calling this function. بالتالي after adding one course and one grade, what shall I do?
Increment.
Very good. I increment it. Now, what happened if the courses exceeded 30? I will simply display the maximum number of courses is 30 or invalid, you have exceeded the number. Okay. Is it clear? Any questions here? No? Okay, good. Now, let's move. Print grades. In this case, I want to print, I am printing here both the course and the grades. However, in the question, it says print the courses, I believe. Let's see. It's general. It's general in the question. So let's see. Print all courses taken. So in this case, you may only print the courses or print courses plus grades. And that's what I did. And that's what I prefer. So I did a simple for loop for I equal to 0, I less than what? Hello. I less than number of courses, of course. لأنه ممكن يكون, for example, let's say Ghassan has 5 courses, so I will print only 5. For another student, I don't know, like Amal or whatever, she has 10. So I will print until 10. Okay?
Okay.
Good. So for I equal to 0, I number course I plus automatic courses of I, then plus grades. I am doing a tab between them. Any questions? Any questions, please?
No.
I think
yes.
good.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yes, question.
Madam.
Tell me. Yes.
مادام في عوض من الاول كي لي تابلو حطيتهم برايفت هذوك جريدز وكورسز ونام كورسز ومن بعد في الكونستراكتور بنيتهم تنجمش تحطهم برايفت
in Java ولا generally in object oriented programming الكونسبت انه نعمل الاتريبيوتس برايفت. علاش؟ باش يكون انا فقط عندي حريه التحكم فيهم. ايش معناه حريه التحكم فيهم؟ The user supposed to enter proper numbers. Assume for example in number of grades, assume انه اعطيته الكنترول for the user, he will enter -5. Then the student class متاعي it will be a mess, right? So me, I am the one who should control my attributes. Okay, I give you access through sitters and getters. In the sitters, I can do the control that I want. For example, in the controlling, let's say grades, I could do what? If a grade less than, okay, sorry, here we could do something here. Now I could add one line, which is better. So if a grade, the attribute, is less than, let's say 0, then what shall I do? system, for example, .out.println invalid. Okay, else what? I will do the task. Clear? Else I will update my grade according to the grade given by the user. However, if he give me invalid grade, I will display for him invalid grade. Clear? Clear, Ghassan?
Yes, well,
Okay, good. So I need to control my attributes. This is generally the case. We never do public attributes. Like mostly we don't do public attributes. So we reach to the print grades. Can you notice in our print grades does not take any parameters? Why do you think so? Why it did not take any parameters?
because it doesn't need.
Good. It does not need parameters. لأنه الcourses والgrades are inside my object. So this is the good thing about object-oriented. Everything encapsulated with an object. If it was normal programming, like procedural programming, what you have studied before, I need everything, I need to pass it through parameters, isn't it? In order to print the courses or grades, I don't know them, so I need to pass them through parameter. However, in object-oriented, no. كلهم. So print grades, I guess it's clear. So for I equal to 0 is the number of courses, then I will be printing the courses plus the grades. Any questions so far? I guess this is a no. Okay. So public void, public float get average grade. In this case, I want to calculate the average grade. So int sum equal to 0. For int I equal to 0, you know this, huh? I will calculate the sum of the grades, and then I will calculate the average. How to calculate the average? I will do sum over number of courses. Why did I add the float here?
مادام وقال لك دبل مش فلوت.
Okay, then let's make it as double. I did not notice that. Double. Okay. So I will make it as double. Thank you. So what I'm trying to do here? Like, anyone help me, please? Why did I do this?
خاطر السم انت ماهيش دبل مش يعطيك انت.
Very good. Sum is integer, or number of courses integer. So integer over integer will give you integer, and that's what we want. So we added this. What do you call this? Casting. Typecasting. Typecasting is converting from one type to another. Okay. Any questions?
مادام مش الدبل لازم تحطها من برا.
No, ما هيش من برا، خطأ من برا. من برا ما عملت ولا شيء. علاش؟ Let's see. In this case, I did nothing. علاش? I have divided integer over integer, so I will get integer. بعد ما حصلت على integer حولته, so pointless. It will add for me 0. Clear? So if I divide, for example, 3 over 2, it's supposed to be 1 point something, it will make for me 1. بعد باش نحول ال1 لدبل باش يعمل لي 1.0. That's all what it will be.
اوكي. معناه كي تقسم دبل على integer يعطيك دبل بطبيعته.
Of course. كي تقسم دبل على integer أو العكس، أو كي تقسم integer على دبل. I could add the double down here. Clear? So I could put it here.
ما يخرجليش error معناه.
No, علاش خرج لك error? It's not an error. Like, it's not an error. Okay, I could do both here and here, or one of them, but not out. مش غلط البرا ولكن it's not what I want. It's not an error, but it's not what I want. Okay, let's move to toString. In the toString, I want to return a string that has all the information. So in this toString, I will use also the toString of my person. So did I define toString of person? Good. So I will benefit from it. So let me define string str, for example, equal to super dot to string So this will return the information from the super, okay? Then I will add to it what? Number of courses, I could display number of courses and plus the courses. In the courses, I need a for loop. So let me copy and paste my for loop. I will benefit from this. So the number of courses instead of system.out.println, I'll do str equal. Shall we put each one in one line? Okay, so let's add \n. Did you see what I did? Are you following?
Yes.
For what? Why is it an error? Missing the return statement? Sorry, I did not
Miss,
return.
Can we just use the default toString method to display the arrays?
array.toString. Why not? Yes. Good idea. Good suggestion. معلش ما استخدمتهاش. Why not? Good. Yes. You could. But in this case, I am formatting my string. You can see I am displaying course, then the grade of this course. Clear. Then a new line. Then the course.
Okay.
But that's not wrong, what you are saying. Good idea. Easier. Maybe it does not look the best, but it's not wrong. So you can see here, I'm calling the toString of my father. Then I'm adding to this. So this will return for me, supposed to return the name and what else? The address of the student. Plus to that, so I'm creating a string, ismo str. It starts with the person information. Then I add to those information the number of courses plus the courses themselves plus the grades. So after writing courses, I have created for loop that will go through my courses. Each time I'm adding those information to the str. At the end, I'm returning str. Any questions here, please? So let me build this. Now, okay, what else do we need to do? We are here in the lab 6. So teacher. What do we have in teacher? We have also number of courses for the teacher. We have courses as string and then the constructor, no problem. ToString, no problem. Add course, remove course. So let's read some information about those. The constructor is easy. Then we have ToString that returns string, contains all the attributes of a teacher. Then add a course. The number of courses shouldn't exceed 5 in this case. Remove a course. The course name is taken as an argument. So in this case, can you see in add course, he's putting it of type Boolean. So if the course was added, I will return true. If it is not, for example, if he exceeded the limit, I will display you exceeded the limit plus returning false. Are you following?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let me create this class اللي اسمه teacher. So right click, as you know, new Java class, and I will name it teacher in this case. Finish. I will copy and paste. It's easier, like the number of courses, and I need courses in this case. So here we are. I will add those. Then what do we have? I will take also the constructor. I will change it, of course, later. So here we are. Of course, the name of my constructor is supposed to be teacher. And it takes the same thing. No one reminded me, huh? It extends person. Super name address, then we have courses. How many courses can a teacher have?
5. Only 5.
Thank you. No grades for the teacher. Fortunately, alhamdulillah. Okay. So what else do I have? So we have number of courses, then we have courses. This is our course structure. Let's define add course. I believe you are following, huh?
Yes.
Thank you. Add course, string course, no grade. So if number of courses less than, in this case, 5. Courses of number of courses equal to course. And what shall I do? Are you with me? Please, I need some minimum communication, please.
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm coding with myself. So if number of courses is less than 5, I will add this course plus incrementing number of courses by 1, right? Else. And let me what? Return true, because I have already added this course. Else, what shall I do?
Return false.
Return false.
Let me display something for him, for example.
Maximum courses
Very good.
is 5.
Exclamation and so on. So let's continue with doing other functions that he asked us to do. For example, this one, we are done with the constructor. Add course. Let's do toString. ToString would be similar to what we did in the student. So I'll just remove the grades in this case. Is it clear? Do you need explanation? We have already explained it. So I have created str that will store whatever super.toString returns. It will return what? It would return name and address. In this case, it will go to here, and it will return name and address. Then I will store to this string number of courses, and then I will add each time one course separated by tab. Any questions? No?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. Okay, happy to hear that. Now let's move to the last function. I believe اللي هي remove course. So let's read the definition of remove course. Remove course, the course name is taken as an argument, okay? So I need to search for a course in my array. If I find it, I need to remove it, okay? So let's write this. Public remove course. I will just paste the name of my course. Just I will write it myself. Now I will do it as what? Boolean, right? If I was able to find it, I will return true. So remove course, for example. What does it take?
A string.
Thank you. String course, for example. Now I will start by doing what?
Searching for the course.
So tell me in coding, شنو نعمل?
For.
Thank you. A for loop. I equal to 0. I less than what?
Number of course.
Excellent. I plus plus. Now, if شو اسم بتاعي like this one, thank you. If courses
of I
good, what?
Point equals
equals
courses.
Thank
Equals
you.
course.
Equals to
course.
CRS. Thank you.
Yes.
So if it is the case, then
Return true.
before returning true, good, I would return true, but I need to remove it.
Remove the course.
So courses of I,
Receives null.
sorry,
عملت أنا for loop.
We delete the course by filling the array cell with null, or how do you do it?
we could do another for loop, as she said. Who said another loop?
Me.
شنو اسمك? Sorry.
Arish.
Arish, thank you, Arish. So we could do this. We could shifting. We could do some shifting, okay? The question did not say, so feel free to do whatever you want. But this would be proper. تعرف علاش? If we did null and when we start to print using toString, you will have some empty places. But it's not wrong. لأنه question did not tell you exactly what to do. If the question say shifting or something, then you have to do it, okay? So for j equals 2I and then what? J less than?
J less than number of courses.
Good. Oops.
J plus plus.
Thank you. J plus plus. So each time what shall I do? Courses of
Courses
I.
of J is number of
Good. Courses of
courses
J.
of I plus 1. Received courses of I plus 1, really?
It should
That's
be
J
J plus 1, huh? J plus 1. And here I would stop at -1. And then here a semicolon. After finishing my loop, outside my loop, شنو آخر عملية نعملها؟
Return true.
قبل ذلك.
No, the last course should be null.
Excellent, thank you. Number of courses would be equal to
No.
Yes.
Isn't it the number of courses -1?
Thank you. بعد هذه I will do this. Thank you. Minus. So here that's one -1. Okay, I think that will do the thing. Then the last thing would be what you said from the beginning.
Return true.
Good. Now then, what do we have? Else simply
error message you returned false.
Yeah. Let's say the course was not found, for example. And what do I have? System.out. I will rewrite it.
If I think there's a problem if the last course is the one we want to delete.
كيفاش؟
Because if J is 4, in the second for loop, there's courses J plus 1, which doesn't exist because there are five cells. Yeah, that would be courses with index 5 that doesn't exist.
Will not be executed, so I will make this as none and number of courses minus, so it will not be a problem. لأنه I cannot exceed number of courses -1, right?
Yeah, but if J is 4, J is 4. Number of courses is 5. It doesn't the loop executes, but then courses J equals courses J plus 1, which is courses 5.
Sorry, 4 is not less than 4, huh? So I'm doing number of courses -1.
Number of courses
yeah. Okay.
Thank you for noting that. Okay. Now, okay, so this is what is missing return statement. Okay, so what shall I do? What shall I do? Okay, let me define Boolean variable like Boolean count equal to, let's say, false. I don't need because by default it's false. And here return. So let's try the test. Now مرحلة الحقيقة المواجهة. Let's make sure that what we did is correct or not. So let's add this class, create an instance of the student, add 3 courses and their grade, display all the information, display the average grade. طيب ما عنديش مشكلة. Let's see. So here we are. Yes. I want to have a main class. We have this is in order not to write the main. You could create it as normal class and add the main. Are you following? You could choose Java main in order not to memorize the main, but it's okay. I will call it as a test. Okay, here we are. Let's do it. Let's define a student. Student S1, for example, equal to okay, student S1 equal to, help me.
مادام زدت ان في student.
I have just student S1 equal new student. Okay, and
name or address.
okay, what shall I say? For example, now I need to add some courses. So S1 dot you see the list of predefined functions. So course, what do you want to say? Let's say IT 320, for example. And then let's say the grade. What do we have? Let's add another one. It says add 3 courses. So let's do that. Okay. Let's say CS 120, for example. What other courses you have? Course code.
IT 300.
IT 300. This is for what? This course is for which?
Maybe
database.
I see. So after adding this course, what he said, display them, I guess. Add 3 courses and their grade, display. Okay. So let me display. So we have S1 dot what? Sorry, it's not uppercase. S1 dot
print grades. Print grades.
Good. So get average grade before that. Where is it? Print, here we are. Yeah. Good. And then also I need to print the average grade. Get average grade. So I will put it inside print system. And let's say your average grade is something like average grade equals to, then we have the class. Then I guess we are okay, yeah? Let me try to print the student information. Just this one. As we studied before, this will automatically call what?
The toString function.
The sorry, what? The toString. Thank you. Yes. Okay, thank you. So now let's compile. Yes, this one. Okay, perfect. We have, so he's printing the courses. IT 320, 95, 90, 80, good. And this is name Ahmed, address, tata, the number of courses, Is it clear? Courses 3.
Yes.
And then you could, of course, organize your toString in a better way. Okay, you could remove those, you could add those, whatever you want. Like, so this we have the name, we have the address, number of courses equal to 3. This is supposed to be in a new line that would be more organized. So the first course is IT 320. Then average grade is this one. You could also change the format, make it. You remember how we make it? 2.2f or 5.2f.
printf.
Yes, exactly. Much for your listening. Stay safe. وفي أمان الله. See you next time إن شاء الله.